Hi, have you ever thought about what it will feel like to be independent? Having full control of your life and deciding on how your life should run? Has it ever crossed your mind that one day you will live in your own house and have your own family? Everyone wants that for themselves. Do you also know that, like humans, countries were not always independent? Most countries around the world, especially in Africa, were colonized. A place is said to be colonized when foreigners settle in that place and establish political control over the indigents of that place. This means that the owners of the land stop leading and dictating their own affairs, but instead they are led by outsiders who now have total control of their territory. This was the story of Nigeria from the mid-19th century to 1960 when the British colonized Nigeria. This means that the British were in charge of Nigeria from the north to the south. In fact, before British rule, the north and the south were two different and distinct areas. But in 1914, the British government, through the then Governor General of Nigeria, Frederick John Diltry Lugard, amalgamated the northern and southern protectorates. To amalgamate simply means to combine or unite different things to form one structure. The amalgamated provinces became known as Nigeria. Lugard became the Governor General of Nigeria from 1914 to 1919. But even before the amalgamation of the northern and southern protectorates, there was opposition against the idea of amalgamation amongst the political class and media in Lagos, which was the crown colony at the time. This opposition did not end with the amalgamation of Nigeria. This opposition continued and led to the inclusion of the electoral principle in the Clifford Constitution of 1921. The opposition and media were made up of people like Herbert Macaulay, who established the first political party in 1923. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who founded the National Youth Nigerian Movement, where he became the Secretary General of the party, while Herbert Macaulay was the president of the party. Obafemi Awolowo of the Action Group Party and Tafawa Balewa of the Northern People's Congress were all members of this opposition, alongside other great men and women like Anthony Enahoro, Fumilayo Kuti, S.L. Akintola, amongst others. Their activism led to constitutional conferences in London between 1957 to 1958. These constitutional conferences were where the constitution of the soon-to-be independent Nigeria was formed. And on the first day of October 1960, Nigeria gained freedom from British colonial rule. Has a more beautiful story ever been told? Well, I do not think so. However, it is important to note that the independence of Nigeria was led by men and women who decided to give their life in the struggle for an independent Nigeria. Some of them formed political parties like Nnamdi Azikiwe, Herbert Macaulay, Obafemi Awolowo, and Tafawa Balewa, while others formed political groups and socio-cultural organizations like Fumilayo Ransome Kuti, Obafemi Awolowo, and Dr. Russell Aliyu Barrow Diko. All of these were done for the liberation of Nigeria from colonial masters. In fact, political parties like the National Council of Nigeria and Cameroons, which became the National Council of Nigerian Citizens after independence, Action Group, and the Northern People's Congress played a key role in achieving Nigeria's independence. The National Council of Nigerian Citizens and the Northern People's Congress formed a coalition that had them ruling Nigeria from 1960 to 1966, before the first military coup in Nigeria. Even the Action Group played a strong opposition for those 6 years. In another lesson, we will be exploring political parties after independence. Bye, I'll be seeing you soon.